Society has been feeding you a massive lie your entire life. You've heard it 1,000 times: the early bird gets the worm. Success, they say, is reserved for the 5 a.m. club, the disciplined risers who charge into the day before the sun even peeks over the horizon. And if you can't haul yourself out of bed at the crack of dawn, well, society slaps a label on you: lazy, disorganized, unproductive. But what if I flipped that script right now? What if your struggle to wake up early isn't some deep-seated character high flaw? What if the quiet magic of 2 a.m. holds a biological secret that those early risers will never grasp? There's a real reason you feel that electric surge of energy when the world dims to black. There's a reason your sharpest ideas, your deepest insights, and your clearest moments of breakthroughs hit when the streets are deserted and silent. It's not a bad habit. It's not sloppy sleep hygiene. It's an evolutionary edge. You're not broken, you're a night owl. Your brain is wired differently, tuned for a purpose that daylight dwellers can't touch. In the next few minutes, we're tearing down the myth of the almighty morning person. We'll dive into the neuroscience of chronobiology to uncover why your internal clock stubbornly refuses to align with the rigid 9 to 5 grind. You'll learn the chemical truth behind delayed sleep phase syndrome and why your body holds back on melatonin while everyone else is drifting off. We'll unpack the concept of hypofrontality, a brain state that hands night owls an unbeatable creative edge, one that's nearly impossible to mimic in the harsh light of day. We'll also peel back the psychological layers at play. We'll explore why traits like high intelligence and openness to experience so often go hand in hand with a nocturnal rhythm. By the time we're done here, you'll ditch those 10 blaring alarms in a futile bid to reshape yourself. You'll see that the night isn't just for sleeping, it's your domain. It's where you thrive. It's where you conquer. But first, let's confront why the world insists you're falling behind. Buckle up, we're diving in. Let's get real about your mornings. For an early bird, rolling out of bed at 6 a.m. feels effortless, almost invigorating. Their cortisol surges, body temperature climbs, and boom, they're primed to seize the day. But you, waking up at 6 a.m. hits like a brutal assault. Your eyes sting like they've been doused in sand. Your brain, it's fogged in cotton wool. You're chugging coffee not to surge ahead, but just to claw your way to basic functionality. Those first 4 hours. You're trapped in what scientists dub sleep inertia, technically awake, but your mind is still sluggishly powering on. And because of this endless battle, you've spent years beating yourself up, convinced you're just lazy. You eye those perky morning achievers and wonder, what's wrong with my willpower? Why can't I get it together? But here's the game-changing scientific truth you deserve to hear loud and clear. It has zero to do with willpower. It's etched into your DNA. It's your chronotype. Researchers have pinpointed genes like PER3 that dictate your circadian rhythm. This isn't some casual preference. It's hardwired biology as fundamental as your eye color. Force a night owl onto an early bird timetable, and you're hit with social jet lag. Every day, it's like you're jetting across time zones without leaving your bed. Your body wages war against the sun itself, and guess what? You're not the one losing. Understanding this daily grind is just the starting point. To grasp why you own the night, we need to geek out on the chemistry, and trust me, this is where it gets downright fascinating. Most folks picture energy like a straight-line battery. Full charge at wake-up, steady drain until bedtime recharge. That's the early bird blueprint. But you, the night owl, your energy arc is a wild, thrilling curve. Let's break down melatonin, the sleep hormone. For the average Joe, it floods in around 9 p.m., cueing the body to power down. But for you, that memo arrives late, sometimes 3 or 4 hours behind schedule. While the world unwinds and nods off, your system catches a second wind, revving up when others are crashing. This is the spark where the real magic ignites, and it unlocks a phenomenon that flips everything we thought we knew about creativity on its head. Ever notice how your most genius ideas skip the 2 p.m. boardroom and ambush you at 1 a.m., while you're lost in thought or tinkering on a side hustle? Why is that? It seems backward, but you're actually more creative at night because, get this, your brain is tired. More precisely, your prefrontal cortex is fatigued. That's the brain's command center for logic, planning, and self-control. Your inner critic, the one nitpicking every wild notion as stupid, risky, or pointless. In the daytime hustle, that prefrontal cortex is on high alert, filtering ruthlessly, keeping you boxed in. But as the night deepens and your executive functions fade, those filters melt away. Enter transient hypofrontality. With the guard dog dozing, your brain forges connections it'd veto in broad daylight. This is the core of divergent thinking. You're not just stepping outside the box, you've obliterated it entirely. But wait, there's another chemical MVP in this nighttime symphony: Dopamine. We link dopamine to laser focus and motivation, right? For night owls, though, evenings fire up a unique pathway tied to seeking behavior. Picture a die-hard sports fan riveted to a live game. They're hooked not because it's predictable, but due to intermittent reinforcement, the thrill of not knowing when the big score will drop, keeping them on the edge. The night's hush delivers that same addictive setup for you. Daytime, it's all structure, schedules, predictability, yawn-worthy drudgery, but the night, it's an open canvas, unstructured and full of potential. When you're deep in late-night work, scouring ideas or crafting something new, you're on the hunt, chasing the next spark, the next aha moment. Each discovery delivers a dopamine rush, fueling an innovation loop. While early birds snooze for another cookie-cutter day, you're biologically geared to pursue the uncharted. And this ties into a profound insight about who you are. Research repeatedly shows night owls scoring sky-high on openness to experience, that personality trait craving novelty, abstract ideas, and fresh horizons. The monotonous 9 to 5, it starves that hunger, leaving you drained. Nighttime, that's your feast, the sole window to satisfy your soul's itch for the new and extraordinary. But there's a deeper, more guarded layer to this nocturnal pull, something almost protective. I used to chalk up my late nights to a lack of discipline, like I just couldn't drag myself to bed. Then it hit me. I wasn't up for mindless partying or binge-watching. I was up because it was the only slice of time when the world stopped demanding pieces of me. Daytime turns you into a public utility, an employee, a spouse, a friend, bombarded by endless pulls on your attention. The pressure never quits. For so many of us, shifting to night owl mode is a subconscious shield, a reclaiming of your own sovereignty. As the sun dips and the pings fade, you finally own your time. You're not antisocial, you're strategically selective. You're safeguarding your energy from a demanding world that takes without asking. You swap daylight's chaos for night's solitude because there, in the quiet, you unearth something daylight denies, your true self. But here's the flip side, the shadow that comes with this gift. If you don't grasp its power, it can turn against you and tear you down. Keep battling your biology, desperately trying to morph into an early bird, and you'll hit burnout faster than you can say snooze button. Lean into it without boundaries, though, and you risk sliding into isolation, cut off from the connections that keep life vibrant. So what's the fix? How do we harness this biological superpower in a world that's dead set on ignoring it? The cold, hard truth? The world won't bend its rules for you. Corporations, schools, banks, they all march to the sun's beat. Your boss isn't shifting that Monday morning huddle to midnight just because your prefrontal cortex is in peak creative mode. This mismatch creates endless friction, a lifetime of rubbing against the grain. You end up apologizing constantly for running late, for dragging through the day, for not squeezing into the mold. But starting today, I want you to drop those apologies like a bad habit. It's time to reframe your whole reality. You're not a glitchy gadget in need of repair. You're a precision tool honed for the shadows. Evolutionarily speaking, a tribe that conked out en masse was a tribe waiting to become predator chow. Survival demanded variety, sentinels, watchers, those who ignited when the campfires flickered out. That's your heritage. You're not lazy, you're the appointed guardian of the night, the one who stands vigilant while others recharge. The real issue isn't your sleep cycle, it's the guilt you've been carrying like a backpack full of bricks. All that energy wasted on self-loathing for sleeping in, it's robbing your creativity blind. So let's make the pivot. Ditch the obsession with joining the 5 a.m. elite. Force yourself into that mold and you'll be a subpar version, exhausted, irritable, your spark dimmed. But embrace your night owl essence, you'll soar to exceptional heights. If you've got the reins on your schedule, guard those golden hours like a fortress. If your mind explodes with brilliance at 11 p.m., don't squander it on endless scrolling or passive screen time. That's your prime real estate where genius resides. Leverage that hypofrontality, ride that dopamine wave, to write, to create, to crack the codes that stump the daylight crowd. Honor those late-night windows with the reverence a top executive gives their power breakfast. And if life's locked you into a 7 a.m. alarm for a soul-sucking job, embrace radical acceptance. Own that your mornings will crawl at a snail's pace. Give yourself grace to ramp up slowly. Stop warring with the mental fog. Instead, learn to steer through it like a pro. But never let the daytime machine convince you your rhythm is flawed. It's not a bug, it's your feature. The knack for thriving in darkness, drawing clarity from silence and mining meaning while the world slumbers, that's a rare, precious talent. It marks a mind that's wide open, insatiably curious and unbreakable. You transform solitude into strength. You spot truths that vanish in the sun's glare. So tonight, as midnight rolls around and the house falls still, skip the guilt. Embrace the power. You're precisely where you're meant to be, alive, alert, unstoppable. But hold on, being a night owl is only half the story. There's another sneaky psychological trap lurking in your late nights, fueling procrastination even when energy abounds. It's called revenge bedtime procrastination, and it's silently sabotaging your mental health in ways you might not even suspect. In the next video, I'll unmask its hidden roots and arm you with the exact strategies to shatter the cycle before it shatters you. Trust me, you won't want to miss it.